Got the new NMP sensor boards in, and everything's working good. I had kind of a weird situation with this 5-bank over here, though. According to the one-handed, according to the installation instructions, everything that's populated here should be populated. This first one is blank. But then on the instructions, he's got series column wire right here, and it goes to green with black, and then this jumper as well. Well, without that there, this jumper's not necessary. And the green with black actually goes up to this stand-up target. Now, this is not modified in any way. The stand-up target is the green and black wire. So I emailed Bob from NMP Sensors from when I bought these. I just hit him up and said, hey, the diagram for flash, this is what it looks like, and what I'm seeing is that one that's supposed to be there isn't there on the existing mechanism. It's only on the stand-up. So he got back to me and said, hey, by the way, yeah, it looks like that's unnecessary. That jumper wire is unnecessary as well for that reason. I don't know if this means that he's going to update his diagram so that more people aren't confused when they buy that setup. But, you know, there are other games that have 5 banks on them that it probably is necessary on there. But on Flash, the green with black goes up to this stand-up target, is not plugged in there, and therefore this jumper wire can go away. It's kind of a head-scratcher. Also, another thing that was a little weird on there, the which ones are these? The white with the green tracer. Those ones actually on the original board set land essentially over here on this first target. Well, what you're supposed to do with the new setup here is you take those off, and then you need to extend that. I ran a double wire just in case, but you can pigtail it onto a single wire and then run that over, and it drops onto the series row slot right there. So it is a little perplexing, and the instructions they're not detailed. They don't come out and say, okay, now do this and then run to this and then do this and run to this. It really just is a wiring diagram that shows wires incoming to all the various rows, and then the columns, and then, you know, graphic depictions of the jumper wires where they jump from this point to this point. So I don't know. I appreciate the heck out of these guys that are doing cool stuff with pinball aftermarket parts and making things better. But kind of similar to the products that I've bought from Pinsider named Dumbass. His actual name is I believe it's Vince. I think so. Something like that. But the instructions, they just don't have kind of a walkthrough on do this, don't do that. So you really, hopefully if you're getting into this level of pinball, you understand wiring and soldering and reading some degree of schematics and diagrams. But, you know, even guys have been doing it for years, speaking as one, it's still kind of a head scratcher, especially if the diagrams are wrong. So, according to Dumbass, he said that he's not a marketing guy. He's just an engineer, so he'll let people that do that figure it out on their own. He wasn't rude about it, but he that's kind of his stance on things, is he makes the products and everybody else can figure it out. So if anybody wants to do free marketing for a really good product, they can reach out to Dumbass and NMP. Is that what it is? Yeah, NMP sensors. But they're in, and they work really, 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 really well. They do not have the horseshoes on the back, so they're just feather touch. Just no resistance at all. They just do what a drop target should do. I haven't had a single reset issue with it whatsoever. So all is good in drop target land again, because these ones were getting stuck quite a bit. These ones were pretty reliable, but this situation was getting stuck regularly. Just need to get some new decals for those, and they'll be ship shape. But yeah, it plays great, and these are, because there's no resistance, you can get some decent sweeps from this right flipper. I've had the ball, I've been aiming here and had it roll up and take out a bunch of them at the same time. I haven't yet done a five target sweep, but I've done a 4, and it's pretty good. Other than that, for this machine, that's really annoying. For this machine, everything's pretty decent. I think I might stick some cool whites in the bumper caps. What's going on there? Oh, this has the rings in it. So this one, I can't remember what's in here. It might have the little potentiometer in there, or the push button. I can't recall, but maybe I'll swap those out. But yeah, these have the full 360 LED rings on them, and if it has a little potentiometer on there, sometimes when you dial it all the way up to its maximum, you get kind of right on the cusp of where it goes back around and resets to 0, which basically just gives you the least amount of effect that you can get. So I got to take this off and redo that. All the switches are good. Everything's nice and tight. Spinner's got really good action in it. This display sucks. I do have a credit match display out of high speed that I'm curious if the actual display glass would work in it, because I don't need necessarily the entire thing to be good, but if the actual glass itself is good, I can desolder that and stick that in there, because if it is a good swap. Sometimes the fingers are a little bit different on there, but you're literally desoldering every single leg on the display glass and reinstalling it onto the other one, trying to get it all lined up perfectly. I've done it to a couple of machines. The most recent one I did was on a Cyclone. Cyclone had one of the alphanumerics. I think it was on one of the bottom ones, bottom left, was going out of it, or was just totally out of it. So I robbed that from some System 7, I think, because it had seven positions, but I robbed that out of there, stuck that in there, and it all worked. I mean, it was probably 7 years older than the Cyclone displays, but I figure I'll do that for now until I upgrade the displays on Cyclone. But it's not showing the weirdness now for whatever reason. Let's see if I can get into test mode and have it. Yeah, there we go. It's at this digit. Specifically, the 1 is really bad. I don't know why. The camera looks like it's doing weird stuff, but when it goes to 1, it flickers really badly, and that's really obnoxious. The rest of the digits, it's got a little shake to it in real life, but nothing compared to when it's on the 1 digit, so that's annoying. What else needs to be done on this guy? Plastics are all good. Silicone rings, LEDs throughout, LEDs in the GI. Yeah, this one's pretty much good to go. I don't have plans to do anything much further with this. Coin door could probably use a little cleanup on some of this stuff, but on the back of it, but it's pretty solid game. I don't really love the action on the upper flipper. It's got kind of a, I don't know, there's something kind of floppy about it, and I don't know why, because they have a resting position built into it. It's not just because the way it's mounted up here makes it flop around differently, but for some reason it just, and it's not the flipper. I don't know, it's not it might just be gravity, because these ones you have gravity working with you, and on this old design there's just not a lot of not a lot of return built into that, and so it just kind of rattles around. It's strong. It definitely, I mean, it does the loops and everything. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just, you know, it's an old design. Some of it might be just visual. I'm just psyching myself out that it's different. That's kind of weak sauce. I really don't even know the rules of this game. It might be a spinner all day kind of thing. How do you light these? I don't know. Nothing there. Nothing there. Nothing there. That wood. How the heck do you light the stupid pop bumpers? Oh, now I got it. What did I do? What did I do to light the pop bumpers? So drop targets lights all the 1000s and 5000 and 3000. And I've advanced to extra ball. I'm building some bonus action here. Is that a hit? You just hit the target and that's it? Wow, that's really anticlimactic. Okay, so I guess you just hit thousands spot targets and you light the pops, so okay, I guess better bet. Pops are worth 200. No, they're worth 100. And now worth 1,000. Oh, it says it right there, light jet. I was only reading this one, light flipper lanes. So it's gotta be these, and this lights jet bumpers. Okay, so as long as you hit that target, then every time you get in the pops, you're making literally 10 times more points and not. So I guess the rule is make sure you hit that right away. Or don't, because it's kind of a death shot to some degree. Them off one-handed. Okay, that's Flash. So yeah, good game. I wish there was a different rule set for it. It would be fun to see lane change, fun to see, I mean, in a perfect world, it would be multi-ball. I have seen a revision of that I don't think is made available to the public that incorporates a multi-ball. Clay Harrell did that one. Yeah, maybe some, I don't know, some different rules on the lanes themselves. I think once you light the lanes and you hit all of them, they don't reset, so it's just always on. It'd be fun if there was some sort of qualifier. Also the spinner, it'd be fun if the spinner had like a timer to it. My Barracora machine, it's got a timer on the spinner, and because it's such a sweet shot to hit and it's so such a satisfying noise to hit it on that game, you know, when that spinner's lit, you kind of drop whatever you're doing and you go for it. It seems like it's a little bit too short of a spinner timer on Barracora, but that's part of the fun of it. So that would be nice to have on this, but maybe in a perfect world, if I learn some pinball code editing or how to splice chunks of code to make what I want, then I could do something like that. But The playfield's fun. It just has a really kind of shallow rule set, but it's a product of its time. So classic for 1979. So you can't scoff at too much. Flash.